Shalom, shalom. Lakeisha Green, I'm sure. Good to see you again. Shwanda, good to see you again. Did you get that job at Applebee's? How did that go for you? Hello, Kimberly Lilly. Good to see you again. Shalom. Okay. We're going to deal with some issues today. Good. Well, we're going to discuss some things this evening, and I'm going to give some commentary, which I spelled wrong. So let me correct that. I want to give some commentary. Okay. I'm going to give some commentary on the I'm going to give some commentary on So yeah, I'm going to give some commentary. And we could, if we would subtitle this, we would subtitle this "Identifying Israelites," identifying the nuances between different types of Israelites. If we would subtitle this, that's what we would call this: identifying the nuances in the different types of Israelites while we are in captivity. You got to add that. Okay. So with that said, let's get right into it. I want to do a screen share. And you know, I think of a lot of many of our enemies have many of our people set up as trusted leaders. And guess what? They are nothing more than controlled opposition of the enemy. That's all they are. We fall for the okie doke because they black. We fall for the okie doke because they say they Israelites. We fall for the okie doke because they say they Hebrew Israelites. And guess what? They're nothing but controlled opposition of the enemy. But we got them all in our camps, mingling with us, knowing, giving out, doling out all the intelligence that we gather. And they just take it right back to white mommy and white daddy. And it's hard for us to really distinguish these people because they're black. They just happen to be black. And so spiritual discernment is gone out the window. Why? Because they're black. Just because they're black. We have no spiritual discernment. We don't know what Israelite is of the Most High or not of the Most High. But if they're black, we just stumped. We're stumped. If the devil comes as a black man, we're stumped. So that means we're not born again. that means we don't have spiritual discernment, because nobody should be able to trick us just with a person that's just black. No, it's no way on earth that the people who the word is living in should be able to be deceived just because a person is black. Matter of fact, we should be able to detect them above the white people that's our enemy. We should have more spiritual discernment about knowing if a black person is of the Most High or not than white folk. But we're not. We're not. If they're black, hey, okay, if you're black, you're in. If you're white, you're out. You know, that's sad. I would hate to be the person that get tricked just because by a devil, just because the devil is black. The same thing that the white devil does, the yellow devil does, the brown devil does. He got the same character, but because he's black, I can't tell. I just can't tell. I don't even know the difference between right and wrong because the devil is black. Anybody get this? What I'm saying? Anybody get it? Or am are y'all with me, or am I by myself? If the devil is my mother, my goose is cooked, because why? It's my mother. And so my spiritual discernment just shuts down because my mama's standing in front of me, or my brother, or my sister, or my daddy, or my wife, or my grandkids. So if my grandchildren happen to be a devil, they got me. Why? Because they're my grandchildren. And I can't see the devil as long as he come in the form of my grandchildren. As long as Satan comes in the form of my brother, I can't even detect him. I mean, he could just run roughshod over me because he comes in the form of my brother. It's sad, y'all. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. And we are so quick as a people to give an honorary black card to anybody who appropriates our culture, any aspect of our culture. We did it with the Clintons. We did it with the Clintons. We gave Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton played on the saxophone, and we gave him an honorary black card. Folk was eating it up. Oh, he got soul. He played a saxophone. He could play the jazz saxophone. Ooh, ooh. People were losing their mind just because a white boy could play the saxophone. They was ready to sell their souls and the souls of their children because Bill Clinton could play the saxophone. And I sat back and watched this in the 90s, and I was like, wow, wow, are you kidding me? This is the whitest man in the world. But because he got a saxophone and he didn't had gutter sex with a few black women, now we ready to give him the black card. Wow. Wow. Because he whored out our women and he could blow on the saxophone, we ready to give him the black card. Wow. We're going to make him an honorary Negro. Something. Am I making up something? Anybody remember this? Anybody remember this? Put a 1 on the screen if you remember this. Put a 1 on the screen if you remember this. Because I'm just wondering if I'm making this up. I'm wondering if I'm making this up. You know, I actually lived through this. Okay, so it says in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word should be established. Where is our Caucasian guest in here? Where is Shonda at? Shonda, you remember this? Remember when black people was exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Taraya. Thank you. Thank you. What a slap in the face. What a slap in the face. Bill Clinton won't even acknowledge his son who looked just like him. But what do black people do? What do stupid black people do that need to burn in hell? What do? Give him the black card. Give him the black card. He's down with the struggle. He could blow on a saxophone. He's having gutter sex with black women. Give him the card. Black power. I remember this, y'all. I remember this. I remember this like it was yesterday. Black folks was ready to fight for Bill Clinton. And Bill Clinton looked at us as super predators. While we was giving him the black card, while we was giving him the black MasterCard, black master. You get it? Black MasterCard. We're giving a white man the black MasterCard. Okay? We're going to give him the black MasterCard. Ah! You know how many black people the Most High is going to have to kill? You know how many black people the Most High is going to have to kill? Be ugly. He's going to have to kill some of our husbands, some of our wives, some of our own mothers and fathers, because they was the ones that was pushing this garbage back in the 90s. I was there. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Your Al Sharptons, your Jesse Jacksons. I was there. I know what I'm talking about. The same time we was giving him the black MasterCard, he was making us super predators. He was setting up a legacy of prison industrial complex and multinational corporate prisons for us. At the same time, we was giving him the honorary black MasterCard. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him. I have never voted for a president. Felony either. I can. I never voted for Clinton. Never voted for Obama. I would never vote for the devil. I would never vote for the devil. Never. Barack Obama is not us. Barack Obama is not us. But what was black people doing? What were black people doing? I'm voting for him because he's black. The first black president. First of all, he's not even the first black president. First of all, there were 13 other presidents before black presidents before Barack Obama. They were slaves. So Barack Obama is not us. He is not us. And now I'm not sure he's an African, but he ain't us. Let me tell you something, y'all. When somebody is you, they down for you. Okay? Down for you, they are you. And I'm talking about down all the way. That's how you know a person is down for you. Okay, let's say he is a Hamite. Let's say he is a Hamite. Where's all the black girlfriends? Where's all the African American girlfriends that Barack Obama had before Michelle? Where they at? Where are these women at? Because I ain't never heard of them. Where are the black women that Barack Obama was with before he met Michelle? Where? Because to me, Michelle was just a token. She was just PR. That's it. That's it. She's just window dressing. She's just window dressing. See, Michelle Obama, she grew up in my neighborhood. She grew up in the Chi on the south side. Okay? Inglewood. Okay? That's where Michelle is from. So I know she's us. But as for that Barack Obama guy, I don't know nothing about him. Besides, he used to play basketball at U of I. Running around with white women. He not down for us, y'all. He ain't down for us. But black people, they gonna run. You know, he got some color to him, so we gonna run to him. But he ain't down with us. He ain't down with us. It's very few people down with us. We got our own people that's not down with us, and they got mama and daddy that's an Israelite. They ain't down with us. But we can't detect stuff because people are black. They got some melanin. We try to make melanin the main issue. What type of character do they have with us? That's really where it's at. Not how much melanin you got or how much melanin you don't have. I'll run with a Caucasian who I know is down with black people than with a black person that I know ain't down with us. But black people don't think like that. Oh, you got melanin? Okay, you're on our side. Okay, well, Satan has melanin. Hello. Satan has melanin. So I guess he's on your side too. No, thank you. I'm not going to let melanin be the determining factor. It's going to be character that's going to be the determining factor, not no damn melanin. Melanin. Everybody want to hype up melanin. Everybody wants to hype up melanin. Oh, melanin. So we're going to be able to tell the difference between truth and error by how much melanin a person have. You must be a fool. You must be a fool. What about character? They don't need to have any character at all, long as they have melanin. I see why the Most High is going to kill a lot of people with melanin. They are simple and very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Do you see how you see how I'm expressing how dangerous we are? Look at my face. I'm trying to show you how dangerous these people are. They don't have character, but they got melanin. And they value melanin above character. These people are your enemies. These people that do this, they are the enemies of the Most High. They're gonna put melanin above character? Really? You know how many black people that have done you wrong in your life because they didn't have character? because they didn't have the character of the Most High. You can't even count all the black folks that have done you wrong. You can't even count. You don't even know all the black folks that have done you wrong. You don't even know. That's how bad it is. That's how much more character is important than some daggone melanin. If I had to pick between a person that was white as a ghost and a person that and had character and a person that was black as spades and didn't have character, I would pick the white person every time. Now I know to many ears what I'm talking is blasphemy now. I know that this is blasphemy. A damn demon. I'm going to tell you straight. You are a damn demon. That's why. You don't never put no melanin above character. You stupid. You stupid or something? The commandments are based on a character of the Most High. It's not based on the color of the Most High. It's based on the character of the Most High. And his character just happens to have dark skin. That's one of the least characteristics of the Most High, his color. His character is way above his color. But people want to make color the most important thing. Okay. Oh, boy. Exactly, Tariah. Exactly. Those Indians over there that's super dark, they hate us. They hate us. Those Arabs over there that's super dark, they hate us. The East Indians, they hate us. The Southeast Asians, they hate us, and they got super dark skin. So I don't want to hear all that. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and I'm going to share this with y'all because I know some people like, okay, the brother just blasphemed. He said he going to choose character above color. Okay, and I know that's blasphemy to a lot of people's ears. I get it. I get it. I get it. That's blasphemy of the Ruach when you say that. I get it. Well, if that's blasphemy to you, you definitely listening to the wrong channel. Go somewhere else. You shouldn't even be listening to this. You shouldn't even be listening to this. You blaspheming just by listening to me say that. So these simple people, boy. And above character. Wow. Ain't that something? These people gonna crack hell wide open. Okay, I want to share my screen with y'all. We're gonna get right into this because I want to show y'all some things here. Okay, make sure I got some volume. Pump up the volume here. Pump up the volume bass. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Bass. beets peel here.
There are more than enough books that have been written about this. But she's going to say, white people going to die? They don't have kids?
Now, this lady is not, this lady is not an Israelite. She don't know she's an Israelite. She don't buy into the Israelite ideology. But one thing she do know, she know who's not black. This light-skinned, high yellow lady here, she know who's not really down for us. And she know it on a deep level. She know it on a deeper level than even Hebrew Israelites know. Who even know Deuteronomy 28. And this lady don't even know it. But what look at how nimble her thinking is in this area. Right. Look at this. Look at this chart here, y'all. It says household liquid assets by race in Los Angeles. White people, they have $110,000 in liquid capital. Blacks only have $200. Mexicans have $7 in liquid assets, cash. Wow. And it's really brilliant and beautiful to see a black woman like Yvette really break this down and do the number crunching. It's really nice to see a female do this. Now, I don't know what this lady's sexual orientation is, but I tell you one thing, this is one smart little lady here.
Real black people. We have to have
And that's something too, y'all. Now, this lady, of course, her worldview is different from mine. I'm not thinking about nobody projecting no African American experience. You going, baby? All right. Have a blessed day. And drive safe, honey. So, let me just play it because I got my thoughts mixed up. Now, she talks about the African American experience. Now, if an Israelite tells me African American experience, I know what they really mean. But if somebody like Yvette says African American experience, well, I know that she doesn't really know that we're Israelites and don't even accept that we're Israelites. She's talking about a whole different experience other than Israelites, or if you want to say African Americans in captivity, African Americans in Egypt. She's not looking at it like that. And that's one of the drawbacks to her ideology. Her cosmopolitic body. That's one of the drawbacks to her social capital. And as an African American,
he is leaning on, this is what you see a lot of times. She's leaning on, okay, she's African American Senegalese and she grew up in this household of professionals. That's who she is, and that's what she's leaning on. That's what she draws from. At a certain point, as African American people, we have to understand that not everybody.
She's not us.
Not us. Not everybody is. You have to make a decision. If you have two parents.
Now, this is really good. This is really good how they dealing with this Issa Rae. He's an African American. And they are hesitant about granting her the African American card. But look how quickly African Americans were willing to give the African American card to Bill Clinton. Look how willingly we were willing to give it to Barack Obama. You see, I like this kind of thinking. Even though they don't know that we're Israelites or don't accept that we're Israelite, they know that everybody that's an African American shouldn't have the African American Black MasterCard. They know that. Matter of fact, they said she ain't us. And in many cases, Hebrew Israelites have the same type of mentality that most African Americans have, but not like these two have. They're like, oh, not so quick now. You don't get the card that quick. We got to do a credit report. We got to do a alpha report on you first before we give you our credit card. We got to see if you are credit worthy. But Hebrew Israelites, if you just black, oh, he's a sheikh. I'm not that quick about giving nobody the Hebrew Israelite card. I'm not quick about that. I'm not quick about that. Just because you black. Just because you know Deuteronomy 28. Teaching Israel. Oh no. But I like this.
And one's from here, one's from there. You have to make a decision. Where are you grounded? Now, you know what Barack Obama did? You saw that book, Rising Star. He decided for his political career that he was going to be grounded in African Americanness. And that's why he decided to marry Michelle Obama and leave all the other white women he felt in his life and convince us that he wanted a sister. He listened to Lil Wayne. That's how you connect with us. And that's how you win.
But that, now she said that's how you connect with us. Well, that's cheap. That's too cheap. We selling ourselves too short. Just because Barack Obama marries a black woman and listen to Lil Wayne, it don't mean that we should either. But that's exactly what we did. He listened to V106 in Chicago, and he did some voice-ins for them for some commercials, and we picked him for president. We too cheap, y'all. We are too cheap. We like some $2 harlots.
Votes. And at a certain point, what I'm asking is, when are we going to say, listen, I need to see myself and people who connect with me. I need to see people who are down for the struggle. I need to see those people on this TV screen. I don't need to see somebody who's kind of taking jabs at reparations through tax returns because you don't even know what it is. I don't want to see that. Number 3, here's another way that you get a clear understanding that Issa Rae doesn't understand African Americans or doesn't understand the African American plight. She doesn't understand systemic racism. Maybe she's never had to understand it. I don't know. I'm not.
No, well, she's probably had to understand it at some point, but white daddy came to her and gave her a check, and so now she has amnesia. I mean, when white daddy and white mommy shows up with a check, you will get amnesia. Most black folks is going to get amnesia. They're going to throw their people under the bus. And they going to, you know, that's just the way it go.
I'm here to be your teacher. I treat you just like white people. You know, I'm not here to be your teacher. If you want to learn, there are more than enough books that have been written about this. But she's going to say Hollywood will be more diverse because the racist white people are going to die off.
They don't have kids? Apparently not. They don't have cousins, nephews.
Now, that's a real good point. That's a real good point. I mean, this is why I like her show. Now, y'all could think that I'm putting her on the pedestal and all this kind of stuff. No, I'm not putting her on no pedestal. I just like the way some of the points that she makes. That's it. That's it, y'all. This is not, that's it, y'all. Okay? I'm still grounded in what I believe. But however, this lady is making some good points. They're making some good points on this show. So Issa Rae says, Issa Rae says Hollywood will be more diverse as racist old executives die. And the co-host asked a good question. What, these men don't have children? Okay. They don't have children? They don't have offsprings? So they gonna die. So what you think is gonna happen with the company? They gonna give it to a black person? And even if they did give it to a black person, they're gonna give it to a black person that's down with white mommy and daddy's thinking. So it's still gonna stay in the white community, even if it's by a way of proxy of a black person. But black people don't get this because we see black skin like, oh yeah, a black person owns the company now. Really? Are they really black? Okay.
Apparently, it's not systemic because this still boils it down to being an individual issue. Listen, what we are dealing with, African Americans and descendants of slaves, we talk about this all the time on this show, from redlining, from Reconstruction to white mobs, to the KKK, people taking our land. That is not resolved with a few executives dying. But because you've lived a white life, you don't know that. Because of what you've lived in LA and what you've been accustomed to, you don't know that. And so part of the problem with African Americans is that we got to stop being so desperate. We see people and you know you don't relate, but you want her. You so desperately want these. Oh, she's exotic. She's this. And you want these.
Right. She's black. And we so desperate for a savior. When you have black people that live like white people, I'm going to tell you how you can spot in a lickety second. You can meet in 5 seconds whether a black person is living white. You don't have to have ever seen them before. You don't even have to know where they live, what zip code they live in, what kind of house they live in. Or whenever you see a black person and all they talk about is themselves, about themselves on a high level, and then about stuff, they talk about stuff in terms of I, me, my, guess what? They live in white. I'm just gonna tell you, y'all, 9 out of 10 times they're living white. They're living white. Because that's how white people think about black people. We built this country. Let's make America great again. Let's bring back the greatness of America. Let's bring back 1776. Whenever you hear white people talk like that, they are not talking about black people. And whenever you have black people talk like this, it's all in their language. And they're never willing to share. They're never willing to share. That's why it's always I, me, my. I, me, and my. It's never us. It's never to what our needs are. There's never a posture of submission to what our needs are as a people. It's never that type of posture. It's always I, me, my. It's always that. Always. Never let's do this together. It's never that. Now people try to hide it by saying let's, but you could tell, you could spot the people that's really not about the let's, even if they say it. You can spot them because it's going to be only be a matter of seconds before I come out. My, me. And they're not going to say it with the same passion that they say, let us, we, our. No, they're not going to say it with the same passion. They're not going to say it with the same energy. They never do. They never do.
These people to be you, but they ain't you. I'm not saying Issa Rae can't be Issa Rae. She needs to go and do that though without trafficking off blackness. Don't call it her web series on YouTube. It should have never been called an awkward black girl. It should have just been called an awkward bougie girl or something, because it wasn't even about the black life and most people live there.
Exactly. And now she's going light on her a little bit. I haven't seen the series before, but in the series I understand that she's dating, of course, which is popular now, pushing this. It's a black girl. She's playing a black girl that's dating a white guy. Okay, and it's called Awkward Black Girl or something like that. Well, she can't really go in real hard on that because her co-host, Irony, is married to him. Okay. Now, when you listen to him, yeah, he sounds really, really down for the cause. He sounds really, really down. I have a hard time when you really realize, but you down for the cause, but you know, you sleeping with a white woman. You married a white woman. You sired children with a white woman. But woman, see, there's a disconnect for me.
Let's be honest. If you look at life and death rates and expectancies of poor black LA versus wealthier Hollywood, like those old executives are going to outlive us.
Yeah,
baby boomers, they're going to live to like 95.
We can't even get our babies to live. I put up, that was a great clip I put up here a few weeks ago from the weekend. Our babies die sooner. Like they have third world rates of death. And we just talking to a girl who's awkward. Yeah, you awkward because you awkward. It ain't nothing nobody can do about that. Ain't nobody like you, just awkward. Ain't nothing well, you have a whole show about just being a weird person. I mean, it's just, you know, she's not grounded.
You know, this show sounds like a weird black woman. And the reason why she's weird, because she's living like a white woman. It looks like that's the main premise behind this show. That's where the weirdness come in, because she's playing the role of a white woman in a white world, and she's a black woman. And so awkward.
In us. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, but there's something wrong with being elevated as us if you're not grounded in us. Just be this person.
Who picked her?
HBO.
It wasn't a democratic process in the black community.
It was a democratic process.
She didn't come up organically through.
She didn't come up organically.
You know who did, Monique? You know who did? I want to say Wanda Sykes. Like there are a few black people.
There are a few black people, but the thing is, like, listen, these people live like Issa Rae has lived in like this aspirational bubble. I mean, you can sense it. Have you ever watched the interview? You can sense like she has come up in this aspirational bubble. And this is kind of what she has aspired to be this, to have this HBO show. So we have this show, we have her, amongst other things. Now, let me tell you what's worse. Like, I haven't even gotten to the worst part of what she said. She said, these people are going to die off. These old white racist execs are going to die off. So life is good. That is devoid of politics. What she's basically telling you to do, because she don't know what she's talking about, what she's basically telling you to do is not get involved with black politics, but just wait for people to die off. And everything's going to be better. First of all.
Well, I don't think politics from the perspective that Yvette talks about is going to be a solution. However, I do agree with her that there's something really wrong when a black person, their solution for anything is that a white person die off. Because that means that you don't have to do nothing. Wait for them to die. No, see, that's problematic. That means that you got to sit back on your laurels and wait for white people to die. That sounds like some stuff that slaves would do. Yeah, let's don't kill master. Let's don't kill master. Let's just wait for him to die off. No, let's go in there tonight. No, let's go in there tonight. Let's get some axes and some saws and some guns and some knives. And while him and his wife and kids are asleep, let's go in there and kill them all. Now that right there is a solution to me. Not well. No, let's let master. You know, he in his 20s now. Father lived to 90, so we only got what? No. We ain't gonna wait that long. But those are the solutions that's given to black people whenever it comes to white people. Just wait for them to die off. To die off while they're killing us? Really?
Paul, it's a cowardly thing to say.
Yeah, it's
because
cowardly.
It has no call to action. It doesn't require anything of her.
Right.
And it doesn't require anything of the African American community. And it doesn't require anything of white people.
Right.
Just waiting for rich, racist people to die off. And it's ignorant.
And that's exactly what happened during slavery. That's why Harriet Tubman said, I would have freed 1,000 more if they only knew they were slaves. And the ones that didn't know they were slaves, you know what their argument was, right? Let's just wait for master to die. Harriet Tubman is like, you know, let's wait till master closes his eyes tonight. Let's wait till master closes his eyes tonight. Let's go in there and kill him. All the kids too. And all the black people, all the house slaves that's on his side, we're going to go kill them first.
It's stupid.
Because
it's neutral. It makes black people one of the biggest problems that we've had so far is that as black people there, we're apolitical. We don't give a damn. We don't care no more. We just either we want to go and be rich and file some paperwork and wish for the best, or we gonna, like Issa Rae said, we're gonna wait for the racist. I ain't gotta do nothing because they're gonna die anyway. It's stupid and it's ignorant. And if you want a solution, one of the solutions is stop following ignorant people. No, you know, what if Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, everybody said, well, we just got to wait for them to die off. It's the danger. People listen to Issa Rae and she don't know what she's talking about. Because she can't know what she's talking about. She's not grounded in our experience. So how can I expect her to know what she's talking about? I don't, and you shouldn't either. And you should never have elevated her to a point where she's having this conversation with us. You should never have put her there. And I can't say we because I didn't.
I was about to say we didn't elevate her.
We didn't elevate her. There is no call to action from this person. She's just telling us to sit and wait, and it's safe. Just like Oprah tells us to dream and do a vision board, it's safe. Just like Steve Harvey says, well, jump out and get on your parachute and have faith, and it's gonna be all right. This is garbage.
Right.
And these are people telling you to be a coward. Don't get involved in politics. Don't do anything. You just gotta wait for the rich white people to die. For sure though, Issa. But I gotta wait for them to die.
They're gonna outlive all of us.
Outlive all of us. Good health care, everything. Like this, but it's just, and so there is a consequence to listening to somebody like Issa Rae. There is a consequence to elevating her. This is not just art. This is not just, oh, her experience. And why in the world would you let her elevate her experience over our experience? We've been here 400 years, all of us. Not just one parent, all of us. And if she would ground herself in that, she wouldn't be so goddamn awkward. But I digress. The same thing. Well, where's Yvette going with this? What's Yvette trying to say? I'm going to talk about your Indian American senator from California, Miss Kamala Harris. Same point with her that we are with Issa Rae. Somebody not grounded in our experience.
This one?
Not terribly. And then there's another one too. You put it back to that one. I don't know if I numbered that one. The second one, I don't know if I numbered it, but it's the most important.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Kamala Harris. Why are we so quick to give the black MasterCard to Kamala Harris? Black people are so silly, man. We do some stupid stuff. Man, it's some stupid stuff. Kamala Harris is not grounded in our experience. She's not. Not even as an African American is she grounded in our experience. Forget about an Israelite. She's not even grounded in our experience as an African American. But black people got the black MasterCard, handing it out to her with an unlimited credit limit on it. It's like amazing.
Listen, Kamala Harris is the same thing. We go from Issa Rae to Kamala Harris. We just came from Barack Obama. Why are you? Let me just say this.
So I'll put this picture up of Kamala Harris.
And I want to tell you something. Anybody that's a prosecutor, any black person that's a prosecutor, there's a huge problem, y'all. They are not with us. Anybody that is a career prosecutor is not with us, y'all. They not with us, y'all. They not with us. And that's what Kamala Harris is.
This is not yet. We're gonna roll that one in. We're gonna roll that one in.
You gotta work the audience a little bit.
We're gonna roll that one in. Let me tell you something. I want to give you a quote. I'm reading the article. If you want to see this article, it's on REDIFF News. The name of the article is "My Niece, the U.S. Senator." Now, this is one of Kamala Harris's aunts. Irene's about to put the picture up. But here, I want you to listen to what she says about Kamala. She says, whatever Kamala is today, it is because of my sister.
Wow. Wow. Now, she's supposed to have had a black father. But look what her sister, look what her aunt says. If Kamala is anything today, it's because of her sister. Black men just get kicked into the garbage. Just get kicked into the garbage bin. This is what her aunt said. Wow. You got to hear that again.
My niece, the U.S. Senator. Now, this is one of Kamala Harris's aunts. Irene's about to put the picture up. But here, I want you to listen. I want you to listen to what she says about Kamala. She says, whatever Kamala is today, it is because of my sister. Whatever Kamala is today, it is because of my sister. Now, mind you, Kamala had a Jamaican daddy. She had a black daddy. But this woman says whatever Kamala is because of my sister. This is the erasure of black men. First of all, remember the same thing happened with Obama. They erased his Kenyan father out and said, well, he never saw him. He was a deadbeat dad. Everything on Obama was because of his white mother. So everything Kamala is because of her Indian. That's fine. I believe it. I believe it. The question is, why do African Americans want to own it? You don't own.
Yeah, that's the thing. These people don't have no problem kicking us to the curb. But we be handing out the black MasterCard to them with unlimited credit limit on it. And they don't even have to repay it. They don't even have to repay it. So it's not even a loan. It's just an ATM card we giving them with withdrawals.
You didn't own Obama. Obama was grounded in white people. When you saw, if you look at Obama's resume, he had a bunch of gaps on top of gaps on top of gaps. How do you think that happened? He was living off the money his white grandmother gave him, what, like $500,000 or whatever it was. I gave it on one show of inheritance. I ain't never known a black person get that kind of inheritance because he ain't black. He was able to maneuver around and date every. Okay, he was grounded in whiteness, and that's why we got the presidency we had. I agree with Kamala Harris's aunt when she says Kamala Harris is what she is because of her mother, who was Indian. She didn't say anything about the Jamaican father. And let me just say this, black people, her Jamaican father, Obama's Kenyan father, none of these fathers are African American. Stop claiming stuff that ain't yours.
Well, one went to Harvard and the other one was a professor at Stanford. That's just like us, right? That's just like us, right?
That's just like us. These people are not like us. And Ivy brings up a great point because they're not like us in class or heritage. You got to start looking at history. Heritage. Class is class. Kamala Harris's mama was a cancer researcher. Now, mind you, she's passed away. She came to America from India. Do you understand what kind of class? It's not even a class in India, it's a caste system. Do you know what kind of, something like epidemiology or something, she came here to study. Do you know what kind of class you have to come from in India to be able to come here and study that? She's upper class. She's not us.
She's upper class, used to stepping on lower class.
Used to step on us. And that's what they do. This is who we are. We are the people that get stepped on. We are the people that they use. I can come here. And then Kamala gonna go to Howard University and become an AKA, and black people have crazy African Americans. That's all they need to be like, oh, she's one of us. And you gotta stop understanding Kamala through our experience. Well, what do you mean, Yvette? Listen, we look at her and say, well, she's black like us. She has a black parent. That's the lens through which African Americans understand race. You know why? Because we had the one drop rule. We had that in this country. We didn't have what Haiti had in terms of mulattoes was doing this and dark skin black. No, we didn't have that. We had one drop and use a NI, you know what? That's what it was. And so we look at everybody else through that, but that ain't the way it works in other places. That's not how it goes. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you something I don't always do or rarely do. I'm gonna give you a personal example. I'm gonna give you a personal example. I was at the airport. I was flying Southwest. Now listen, you know that, and I told this story before, I apologize, but you know in Southwest they have these ABC groups, right? Southwest got the ABC groups, okay? Yeah, and peanuts, okay? You know, a nice little peanuts, nice little cranberry juice. But I'm in this line, and I'm in the B line. Now, mind you, I'm like B50 or something. I'm like C1 actually, and I'm like at the end of B50 line, whatever. I don't see a need to get in. I don't see a need to I didn't see anybody in the C line at first. When the C started coming up, it was like 3 or 4 people in the C line. So I'm like, whatever. It's only going to be like, why would I get in the back of 3 people? It don't make no sense. We all probably going to have to check our luggage. There, I get to the front, and there's an African guy. I don't know where the young man is from, but he looks at my ticket and tells me to get behind the 3 people in the C line. So wait a minute, I got to get out of here and just get behind 3 people so I can see you again 2 minutes later. And I get up to him after I get in the back of the line. I get back up to him, and he asked for my ticket, and I threw it. Give a damn. And I asked myself afterward, why did I get so angry? Why was I so upset? Because I don't like to get upset. So I asked myself, why did I get upset? And I realized what it was. I realized an African American would not have done that. Realize as African Americans the kind of small things we do for each other every day. Nah, brother, don't even worry about it. No, sister, go on. That kind of stuff we do for each. It's not a lot, but it's the stuff that makes life easier, because we've all been here, you know, dealing with white supremacy, having family that dealt with white supremacy. So we do little stuff to make stuff easier for our lives, just as African Americans. But you have people come here from other African countries, other immigrant countries, and they don't see white people. They don't have any problem being mean to other black people, because that's what they do. That's what happens in their life.
That's how they got here.
That's how they got here. They're stepping on other people. I don't want to be around people that don't understand it. As black people, we have a collective obligation to one another to be good to each other. I don't want to be around you. I don't want, you can't come here. We got enough problems than dealing with you. I got enough frustrations that you can't just tear out the ticket and give it to me and go on. But you want me to go behind the white people. You don't need, listen, I don't need you. You don't have the sense of who you need to be in my space. Okay? And you are used to that. Wherever you came from, like if you come from a place where everything that what matters, if you come from a black country, an African country, and the only thing that matters is class, you don't know how to deal with other African Americans, because that's not how we are. And you have no interest in dealing with us on that level. I'm sure you saw me and knew I wasn't white, even though I'm light skinned. I'm sure you saw me and saw my hair. You just don't care. I don't need to be around people who don't care. I need to be around African Americans like myself who understand we have an obligation to each other. If you're gonna come here and treat me just like white people, I don't need you here. And so I think what we've done, and I think Kamala is the best example. I think what we've done is look at blackness in the same way that we understand African Americanness, and it's not the same. We had a one-drop rule here. We had very light-skinned people who were going into Klan meetings and reporting back to the NAACP. That's what we had here. In other countries, they had light-skinned people who were going and doing stuff that was very detrimental to the black people as a whole. They had whole groups of mulattoes who were doing a whole lot of stuff. So what I'm saying to you is that you can't look at Kamala and understand her through the lens of she's brown, or you can't understand her through the lens of, well, she got hair. She got, hair look like my weave, okay? And her name is Kamala. Ain't Kamala a black name? No. We are not understanding stuff through history. We have to understand history. Understand our group and each other through our historical narrative, not through the narrative of just blackness, not through the narrative of just skin color. Oh, she listens to this kind of music. Oh, she went to this school. That's not how I understand you. And so, put up that next thing, Iron Man. I think there's a picture. I want to just.
I got that one. I haven't put it up yet.
Which one is this? Who is this?
That's Chelsea Clinton.
Oh, not yet. Put up the picture. There's a picture of what's her name? Lord child. What's her Maxine Ward. I want to juxtapose this with Maxine Waters and Kamala Harris. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just gonna put it up for me. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all how differently y'all judge people. Now y'all have a lot to say about a lot of people and their marriages and stuff like this, but y'all don't have nothing to say about Kamala. Kamala don't have no African American parent. And I'm looking at Maxine. Well, I'm looking at what they say, Auntie Maxine. Auntie Maxine. And I want to juxtapose these two people, not in terms of just the interracial marriage. I don't have no issue with that, because Barack Obama was married to a black woman and that didn't work out too well for us. But though is you're married to like this white banker. He ain't no, this is not somebody who's anchored in any kind of community. This is what you were married to, and your mother's Indian. and your father is Jamaican, and your aunt say that everything you are is your mother. So you're anchored in being an Indian. Just run as an Indian candidate. Don't run as an African American candidate or a black candidate. Don't try to use us for votes. I'm fine with all of that. That's fine. Just run as who you are. I'm done with being used. We got used by Obama, and I brought up Maxine Waters for a specific reason. If you all remember, this is the difference between a Maxine Waters and the Kamala Harris. If y'all remember, Maxine Waters was out there. Now I got my problems with Maxine. Y'all know I had a problem. She goes too far with the whole Russia thing for me. You all know I talked about that early on. But let's be honest about who Maxine has been. Okay? Let's be honest about what she represents. Maxine Waters was calling out the CIA for flooding crack into Los Angeles. Yeah. That's what Maxine Waters did. Yeah. You want to talk about apartheid? Maxine Waters was instrumental in getting our government to go the other way on apartheid. That's who Maxine Waters is. That's what Maxine Waters does. Maxine Waters told the Tea Party to go to hell. That's who Maxine Waters is. That's what Maxine Waters does. She's the one who was investigated by the ethics committee of the House, and they didn't find anything, but it went on for years. It went on for well over a year, investigating her because she brought her husband and his people up to meet about, to meet and talk about minorities and minority banks and stuff like that. She got investigated for that. That's who Maxine is. That's what Maxine does. Now I want you to juxtapose that against Kamala Harris. Now, what I'm telling you, what I'm trying to tell you. See,
now she's making a comparison between Kamala Harris's and Maxine Waters, and I think it's an interesting juxtaposition that she is doing between these two. So Maxine Waters, of course, she got a very African American phenotype husband, whereas Kamala Harris, she went and got a Caucasian. But black people, we got to give her a card because she's brown,
all like to break stuff down into some of y'all little stupid stuff. I'm trying to tell you, regardless of who is doing what and who's married well, what I'm trying to tell you is that it matters that somebody comes up from the community. That matters. If you go to Maxine's district right now, she got communities. She wasn't no prosecutor like Kamala. She wasn't trying to put people in jail. She was trying to get black people free and have access to opportunity.
And you could say what you want about Maxine Waters. That's the direction we want to go. We don't want to be prosecutors of our own people, y'all. We don't want to become prosecutors of our own people. So all the jobs that you could take, you're going to take a job to be a prosecutor of your people. The people, and these are the very people that's going to give her the black card. So I just don't understand this stuff, y'all. These are some of the ways that you tell if a person is not really down with a black person. They're not really down with us. Not with us. Their art is not with us. Their love is not with us. Their money is not with us. Their children are not with us. As a matter of fact, they're going to try to keep their children away from us. And some of us for good reason. But I'm talking about they don't even try to find out the righteous among us. They don't try to do this. Now, this is what I will say about Maxine Waters. Now, Maxine Waters, yes, she has a heart for black people, it looks like. But the thing about the pitfall for the Maxine Waters types, these people are holdovers from the Martin Luther King era. And in the Martin Luther King era, the main thing is we gonna overcome white supremacy. Not we gonna get back to our God. We're going to overcome white supremacy by worshiping white Jesus, praying to white Jesus, and all this kind of stuff. And Maxine Waters, of course, I'm sure she's a Christian, you know. So these are, now there's error on both sides. You have one group of people that are for black people, but the solutions that we come up play right in the hand of our captivity, of our protracted captivity. And then you have another person who is using us as a come up. And they are actually prosecuting us and helping out the Clinton administration in defining us as super predators.
Tony, that's who Maxine is. A lot of time calling other members of the Congressional Black Caucus out. That's who Maxine is. Let me read you a quote. Yep. You find it's a Huffington Post Black Caucus, Maxine Waters or something like that. And you can put it up there with that if you want to. There's a great article called How the Congressional Black Caucus Went to War with Itself Over Wall Street. It's a Huffington Post article, How the Congressional Black Caucus Went to War with Itself Over Wall Street. Now, it's very interesting because a lot of the CBC, we know a lot of them are worthless, totally worthless. And they were doing the bidding of Wall Street.
Right. This is a good point. The Congressional Black Caucus is doing the bidding of Wall Street. I mean, that's always been the case. That always has been the case. We call our black leaders. We should revoke their black cards too.
And so there was something very interesting in this article. And it said, and I'm just going to read this paragraph to you. It's talking about Maxine Waters and her role. And it says, Waters, who refused to participate in this story, makes for an unlikely hero. Even her moments of righteous indignation come infused with certain. To give one example, in 2011, she had an epic argument with Alcee Hastings at a CBC lunch, blasting him for sponsoring a measure that was seen as a gift to shady for-profit colleges. What was more embarrassing than selling out, Waters told her assembled colleagues, was selling out cheap to nickel and dime scammers like the for-profit industry. If you're going to sell your soul, she admonished, have some self-respect and sell high. Hastings didn't dispute the conflict, but he did dispute.
Now, I'm going to take an issue with selling your soul high. I understand where she's coming from. If you're going to sell your soul, sell high. But the reason why black people always default to selling their souls for low is because we don't see no value in our own people. We will sell off our people for a cheap price. We are the Judases. We will sell off the master for 30 pieces of silver. We will sell him off to Caesar for 30 pieces of silver. So, I'm against selling your soul at any price. And so Maxine Waters' position is, hey, if the price is high enough, then you sell your soul. Kind of leaders that we don't need, y'all. These are the kind of leaders that we don't need. Now, Maxine Waters, she outed herself with that statement. Now, Yvette Carnell, she's just going to let it pass. But see, as an Israelite, I'm going to pick up on stuff like that. As an Israelite, oh yeah. See, that's a lack of character. Now, if Maxine Waters is selling us for a high price, what is a high price? You see what I'm saying? A high price is relative, just like a low price is relative. See what I mean? And this is a lady from the Martin Luther King era. She says, sell your soul for a high price. The Bible says, what would profit a man if he gained the whole world and lose his soul? How high a price is that? You gain the whole world. Water is a part of the problem. And Maxine Waters and Kamala Harris are basically the same type of people cut out of different cloths. They're the same type of people cut out of different cloths. Well, they're the same type of people cut out of the same cloth. I believe Kamala Harris believed that she's selling her soul for a high price, just like Maxine Waters would sell her soul for a high price. Now, Yvette Carnell, that escapes her. She's not going to even address that. Why? Because she has an affinity for Maxine Waters. But see, as an Israelite, hey, it don't make a difference to me. I don't have a horse in this race.
Waters' point. It would be a mistaken premise, he says, smiling. There are a hell of a lot of for-profit schools. Listen, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody goddamn perfect. But Maxine is out there trying to do some shit. I ain't seen Kamala do nothing. Look.
You see how Yvette is giving Maxine Waters a pass? She said nobody is perfect. Black people need to get off of this nobody is perfect thing. Because we always use that nobody not perfect thing to excuse some people while we hang other people for the same thing. We know nobody's perfect. But why you picking and choosing who you're going to hang? But see, you know, so this right here comes down to some little colorism. Colorism up in here with Yvette. This is some little colorism, y'all. It's some colorism right up in this little thing in the way that Yvette is handling this thing.
Do we have a clip?
Of Maxine doing?
Yes, doing reclaiming
yeah,
her
doing
time.
the thing. Yeah.
Let's play this clip, people. If y'all haven't seen this clip of Maxine reclaiming her time, then you need to see this clip of Maxine reclaiming her time because
But anyway, I think I'm going to stop there. You know, I don't want to go through the whole broadcast. Exactly, Taraya. Exactly. See, we'll give Maxine Waters a pass because she said she marched with King. So we'll give her a pass. But Kamala Harris, oh, we're gonna throw her under the bus. When in reality, they both the same thing. Same thing. They both are selling us out. They both are selling us out. One is just dark skin and one is light skin. Sell you out. It don't matter how dark or light you are. You still been sold out. You still been played. You still gonna get the same treatment. So it don't matter how dark skin or light skin you are. I'm not into the colorism stuff. I'm not about that colorism game. You know, well, if you light skin, yeah, you could sell me out. Or if you're dark skin, yeah, you could sell me out. No. Woo. Soon as I see your mouth make the S sound, I'm going to be alarmed. If you even make the S sound, I'm going to be upset. I don't care if you dark skin, light skin, brown skin, medium, tan, whatever, white, black. No, selling me out. So you're going to put me on the auction block and it's okay because you're black. Oh, you're going to put me on the auction block because you're white, light skin, high yellow? No, you ain't putting me on no auction block. I don't care who you are. But Yvette is willing to give Maxine Waters a pass. You shouldn't ever be talking about, you know, how can you be a congressional black person and you using language like, could you imagine a Jew doing this? Could you imagine hearing a Jew say this about Jews? Would at least sell for a high price. Could you imagine a Jewish person? But a black person could say that and get a pass from a militant black person that's like Yvette Carnell. See, that's why you need an Israelite perspective on these news and commentaries. That's why you need an Israelite perspective on news and commentary. You really do. An African-American perspective falls short. As a matter of fact, it's a booby trap. It's a booby trap. Okay? You need a Israelite, a born again Israelite to really give you the proper breakdown on news and world events. And we need more commentary like this. More commentary like this. Not no African-American perspective. Because see, African-Americans don't know that we're Israelites. So even no matter what best efforts they do for black people, it's always going to fall short. Why? Because they don't know who we are. And if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're going, where you're going. You don't know what's for you. You don't know what the solutions are. You don't even know what the problems are. You can't properly diagnose the problem if you don't really know who you are. You can't even properly diagnose what to do with your enemies because you don't know who you are. You don't even know who your enemy is. So the black perspective, this is why I look at from week to week, at least once a week, I try to look at Yvette's channel and I like to synthesize and distill many of the ideas that she discussed to bring to you a la carte a Israelite perspective on the things that she addresses. Okay, that's why I do this. Okay, because I know some people, they don't like the fact, oh, why are you looking at somebody else's video, blah 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 blah, woo 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 woo. Well, this is like me and you sitting down in my living room and we're looking at the news and I'm interpreting the news for you from an Israelite perspective to keep you like a black American, to keep you from thinking like a black American and keeping us into this tied to this captivity. And so it's like you sitting down with Uncle Rara will be, and I'm just going over the news events with you. That's what this is. Okay, your brother, your uncle, your father, your friend. And so we're going about these things. Now, I know that some of our perspectives are going to be different, and that's fine to have difference among Hebrew Israelites. But we need to understand that the difference between an African American mindset or an African mindset and an Israelite mindset, they are supposed to be contrary to another. Okay? But inside of the Israelite paradigm, yes, there is going to be difference ways that we see things, but at least it's in the paradigm of Israelites disagreeing with each other, not Israelite and African American and African and all this kind of stuff and Kemet and all that. That muddies the waters. Or melanated people, you know, with nothing in the context of a melanation of people. Because there's all kinds of people that got their skin besides Israelites. So we can't come from that perspective. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I just wanted to give that to you and share that with you. So when you hear about different news events and stuff, you start processing it from the perspective of an Israelite perspective, not from an American not from an African perspective, not from a Garveyite perspective, not from a black political empowerment or black economic empowerment perspective. No, an Israelite. That's where we got to come. We got to deal with it head on. So I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a beautiful day. Think about these things. If anything concerning this issue, other video on my channel, please leave a comment, like, subscriber, and you listen to this for the first time, and share. Thank you very much. You all have a beautiful day, and may the Most High bless you and your families. Shalom. Hmm?